Hey guys, George Diamond Yard Sports Cards coming at you with another video. Been a while, been a long time since I did a video, and just a lot of stuff going on with my kids and sports and doing a lot of shows. And anyway, I hope everyone's doing great out there. And I just really felt compelled to do a video for 4th of July. I want to do a video about what card represents, what sports card or piece of memorabilia represents the 4th of July and America best to you. I was going to go through some stuff that represents the 4th of July and our country to me. And I think that the overwhelming theme here is, there's a lot of themes, but heroes are part of that. And so I'm going to show you some cards, some photos, and pins, etc., and panels and stuff like that. But thank you for watching, and I'm sorry about my absence, but it's good to be back. So happy 4th of July to everyone, and here we go. So guys, I'm going to show you a bunch of different sports cards, memorabilia, kind of go through time a little bit with you. My camera is a little rough right now. I've been getting used to a new phone. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing great. Here's an example of a card to me that is symbolic of America. Jesse Owens, there's a great documentary about Jesse Owens that is out now. And it's fantastic, and I would encourage everybody to watch it. But Jesse Owens, an American hero. I'm going to start this off with a great photo. This is a photo I got at a show at Type 1, and here is Ted Williams. It's a Type 1 photo of this classic image of Williams getting inducted. And, you know, this is a time when, back then, when people went to war. Williams went into the service. DiMaggio was in the Coast Guard. Greenberg, Feller, the greatest athletes of the time. And the everyday athletes were all enlisting. And so I think this is just a wonderful photo and symbolic of the courage and the bravery of not only Ted Williams, but the servicemen and women in our country then and now. So I'm going to put that up there as a symbol of that. If I can get it to stay there, that would be nice. So anyway, continuing on, this was a gift from Mr. Mangini. It's a pin of Joe DiMaggio, another American hero in a lot of ways. Frankly, he was more popular than the president back then, 1941, 56-game hitting streak. So that's a pin of Joe DiMaggio. Other American heroes, when I think about in sports, you know, sports heroes, the New York Yankees, Mickey Mantle. This is one of the pins from the ballpark from the 50s. It's a pretty cool piece. I like it a lot. Anyway, so, and then, you know, we talked about like the World War II and coming out of World War II, and a lot of these iconic players like Mantle, like Mays, and they were just, you know, part of Americana in the golden age of baseball. And this is a really nice 56 Mays. And part of that, too, again, is Ted Williams as part of this. And Ted Williams, you know, had a, you know, divisive relationship with the media and sometimes the fans. But at the end of the day, you know, Ted Williams was very important in baseball history. Jimmy Fund Cancer Research, a big proponent of that, took that fund on his back. He was the one who encouraged the Hall of Fame to induct players like Satchel Paige and Josh Gibson during his induction speech, and basically said it was a shame that they're not in the Hall of Fame. So a lot of respect for Ted Williams. Continuing, you know, another series of American heroes was with us in the 70s when Henry Aaron broke the home run record. And a very important milestone and what he had to deal with compared to what, you know, Bonds broke the home run record, yes. Is there a cloud over that? That's up to your discretion. But what Aaron dealt with was a lot. And so he and his courageousness is very important to me. Then, example here, Desert Storm. I have some friends who were in Desert Storm. I have a very close friend. My oldest friend in the world was in Desert Storm as a Marine very early on. And these Desert Shield cards are kind of symbolic of that in some ways. There's a Chipper, and here's a Nolan Ryan. But you know, it was a very the time period, we were all thinking maybe we'll have to go over there. You know, I was 18 at the time, and my buddy was a year older than me, and you know, he was in the Marines and you know, serving our country. And so I want to give him a shout out. His name is Rob, and I think about him on 4th of July. Think about my grandfather. I think about all the heroes in my life, my children, my wife. Back in '76, we had the bicentennial, Thurman Munson. As part of that, the Yankee captain, he won the MVP that year, in 1976, when the Yankees were a great team. They would then win the World Series, obviously, in '77, '78. But this is from the bicentennial year, and he was the MVP of the American League. I think about America. I think about Slurpees. I think about good times. Put some music on here. Walter Payton, one of my favorite football players. Thinking about getting some Slurpees down at the store. A lot of us think about this card when we think about sports cards and iconic sports cards. This Jordan card, and him being like the GOAT, as they say, even though the GOAT is not a fact, it's just a thing people talk about and debate, you know. But anyway, this card has always been an iconic card, even from the time in 1986 that it came out. And then in the 90s, you know, we have some iconic players that are with us, you know. Griffey was obviously huge, and you know, he was a big part of our growing up in the 90s and late 80s, and his stuff has gone bananas. But I just think about, when I think about baseball, I think about Griffey. Then modern cards, you know, important modern cards. We have Judge for Yankee. This is a gold rookie, but you know, these kinds of cards make us think about baseball, think about good times, think about family and friends, and you know. And then we have obviously Ohtani, who's brought, you know, a big, you know, international component to the game. Not an American, but presently the best baseball player, maybe the best baseball player we've ever seen. And then lastly, the card. Well, I'm going to also show you a cool photo, and this is to me, an idea of America as well. This is a Type 1 photo of Satchel Paige, Dizzy Dean, and Tom Seaver. And it kind of gives us an indication of young Tom Seaver in probably his second year here. The photo says it's from 1968. And he's listening to these two older veterans, one of them who was, you know, not able to play baseball because of the color barrier. And the other one who was the greatest pitcher of his time for a brief time with the St. Louis Cardinals, Dizzy Dean. And I think this is an idea of America, where we are learning from each other, we're growing, and you know, a change in America. This is very symbolic of that. I mean, Satchel Paige is talking to him about something, and he's handing the baseball to the greatest young pitcher of the time. And Dizzy Dean is laughing. He must have said something funny, but this is probably the greatest pitcher of his time handing it over, and the greatest pitcher of his time never got a chance to play in the big leagues, Satchel Paige. Just think it's a very important picture, and a very gives us a great idea about what America was like at that time. This is 1968. And the last card, and the card I think is most indicative of America, to me, is this card. This is the 1949 Bowman Jackie Robinson. And to me, this is the most, to me, when I think about America, I think about this card. It's the first mainstream American color post-war set. It's the first mainstream American post-war set with African Americans in it. Leaf came out, but Leaf came out in 1949 as well. And this card just is so exuberant, and it's like, this is what's right about America to me. This is what heroes are all about when I think about America. And so, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want you guys to have a great 4th of July. Take care and keep collecting.